Hey, what's up everyone? Yeah, I'm back at it again for another video, but this time I'm gonna make it fairly short. So what's going on right now is Bethesda just announced a new update coming out probably sometime soon. They've yet to release the details, but this will include DLSS support, which I'm absolutely excited for, and not only that, they're going to include some more optimization and improvements. Now, before I do read into this, I do want to say that if you have purchased Starfield for Steam, you're going to be able to opt in the Steam beta option there, and you're going to be able to test it out right away. So I will be letting you guys all know on Xbox how it goes, so make sure that you are subscribed and you have those notifications on. So with that being said, let's go ahead and read into this. If we head over towards X, we can tell right away Bethesda Game Studios had posted this right here, which says, quote, "We've been hard at work on Starfield game updates, and we'll be putting our next one into Steam beta next week. This update will feature NVIDIA DLSS support with frame generation, display, and HDR controls for supported systems, and other optimization and improvements. You'll be able to opt in to try it via the Steam beta options. We'd love your feedback before it goes live for all PC and Xbox players after that. Stay tuned for specifics soon, and thanks for playing," end quote. Now, we kind of had an idea that there was something coming out soon, but we really were not too sure what it exactly was. But it now seems that we're going to be receiving a Steam beta option there for us on PC to try it out early to see exactly what has been changed and whether or not it's good or bad. When I do get my hands on this update, I will let you guys know personally whether or not the update has made a significant change, or if it has done more damage than good, because sometimes you never know with these patches. There are potential chances where a bug may cause more issues when it is fixed. These things happen. It's not just Bethesda, it can happen to pretty much any company. I mean, Cyberpunk would be an excellent example as of recently of that problem. But that's a different topic, a different thing. So what we're going to do here is pretty much go over some of the things that I think you should definitely watch out for, which is going to be the ship vendor glitch. If you guys have not seen that, I highly recommend you checking out the previous video because I go into further detail on what it is. But what this essentially does is pretty much, it involves your ship, the Frontier. I do not know if it works with any ship, but what can happen is when you do steal another ship, whether this is a spacer or possibly even a bandit, it does not matter. What can happen is when you're in the process of stealing that ship, it will potentially take your ship, the Frontier, and fly it back towards Atlantic City. Then at this point, when you do head back towards the ship technician and you try to change your Frontier ship as your home ship, this is going to pretty much break the whole entire Atlantic City. It's going to cause textures to unload, so pretty much nothing's going to properly load right. You're going to be able to walk underneath the map and all that good stuff. There's some images of that previously, and again, I highly recommend checking that out. Now, just to give a few more examples here, there's ships that can merge underneath the ground when you do land, or sometimes when you do land on a planet, there's a potential chance that you may fall from the sky because your ship, for whatever reason, is parked way up in the air. It makes no sense, and sometimes it may just be invisible. I'll try to throw in a clip somewhere in this video, but honestly, that's an annoying one as well. There's also certain doors that are locked for quests when you do try to go back and do them. A great example of that would be over there at Neon. I've actually went over this prior in another video where I actually showed you guys the doors that are all locked for some reason. Again, it's just weird, strange things like that have just suddenly popped up in the game. We are all realistically expecting that a good portion of these bugs will be fixed, and if not, if there's possibly something that persists afterwards, we can only give them more time. It's cool that they have finally spoken out and actually have talked to us now, because before we were all just worried whether or not this was going to be another silent treatment from Fallout 76. If you guys do not recall that time, that was a bad time. Then eventually they went on to say, hey guys, we're going to be more open about things and talk to you all. So now it's awesome that they have finally spoken out and said, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do these things, and we'll let you know, yada, 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 right? which is going to be next week. We're going to be able to go over all this stuff, and I cannot wait to talk more about this when this does arrive. By the way, for those that were quite skeptical on my speculations on updates, it appears that I'm not false. It just took a bit of time for them. I guess they had to enjoy Halloween or something like that, right? Now, what I do recommend, though, speaking about glitches, just kind of take a few steps back. If you are going to be trying out any of the glitches, I recommend doing them right now. Take advantage of the credit ones, take advantage of any sort of XP exploits, do whatever you possibly can, because when it comes down to this patch and it does pop up maybe 2 weeks from now, I'm only assuming of course, but if it does pop up 2 weeks from now, and let's say they made some last minute changes so that they do fix some of these glitches, you will be already set on all of that. So you'll have your XP, you'll have your credit, you will be set. So this is why I recommend that you try all of the glitches now, and if you have any questions about that specifically, ask down below. I will recommend a few to you, or you can just check out my previous videos. But when it comes down to the patch, I do highly recommend that you download it, because this is going to fix various issues. Of course, I'm assuming, but they have said they've been working hard to fix quite a few things. So to my imagination, I would assume this also means bugs, of course, and glitches. And if this is the case, again, I highly recommend that you take advantage of everything right now before that date comes. The newest one that I just uploaded can be found right here, and basically what this involves is the Razor Leaf, and you need to acquire this through the Mantis questline. It's quite easy, you just need to loot a few bodies, either in space or on the ground. Eventually you will find a slate, and this slate's going to take you to a planet where you can pick up both the Mantis armor and the Razor Leaf. What's great is that the Razor Leaf is known to be quite notorious, because when you do fly in space, you're going to encounter 2 random NPC events. The first one that you will encounter will involve a merchant that's about to be boarded by a bunch of spacers. Thankfully, what you can do is intercept this. They'll eventually leave, speaking about Mantis. Then as you do continue onwards and you go to different planets, eventually you will come across this spacer right here. What he's going to do is try to talk to you and pretty much get money, aka credits, out of you, or you can attack him. There's also the third option, which can be found at the top, and what this is going to allow you to do is infinitely grab credits. For whatever reason, this fella is extremely broken right now to where you can grab 3,000 credits each time just by simply talking to him. So every time that you click on the dialogue and then you exit out, you're going to be able to grab more credits. It's that easy, and I highly recommend that one as well, because that's probably the easiest one when it comes down to grabbing the money. But it does take some, I guess, essentially some RNG. I noticed someone said that in the previous video, but maybe that is the case. But you should be able to find this either within, I don't know, 30 to 50 minutes. That's what it took for me. Now, possibly it might be completely different for you. So keep that in mind when you are trying to attempt at this glitch. Other than that, I appreciate everyone that has currently stopped by to check out the previous videos. I always appreciate you guys at the end of the video, and I know that it may seem like a broken record at this point, but to be fair here, I'm genuinely appreciative, and I'm blessed to have you all, and I hope that we can continue to see some better improvements towards Starfield. With that being said, thank you guys for the support again, and I'll see you all in the next video.